Imagine waking up tomorrow to a world where every single bat has vanished overnight. Empty caves, silent nights, and ecosystems on the brink of collapse. But before we explore this nightmare scenario, let's understand why these flying mammals are absolutely crucial to our planet's survival. What if all bats disappeared? Why bats are important to the environment? Over 70% of bat species are insectivorous, and they're absolutely voracious. A single little brown bat can devour up to 1,000 mosquitoes in just 1 hour. Uncontrolled mosquito populations could increase the spread of diseases like malaria, dengue, and Zika, posing public health risks, especially in tropical regions. They target the pests that destroy our crops, moths, beetles, and countless other agricultural enemies. This natural pest control service saves global agriculture billions of dollars annually. In the United States alone, bats provide between $3.7 and $53 billion worth of pest control each year. Without chemical pesticides, these crops thrive thanks to their winged guardians. By controlling insect populations naturally, bats reduce our dependence on harmful chemical pesticides, protecting both our environment and our health. In tropical and desert ecosystems, nectar-feeding bats are primary pollinators for over 500 plant species, including bananas, mangoes, and the agave plants used to make tequila. These economic powerhouses depend entirely on bats for reproduction. The lesser long-nosed bat is so critical to agave pollination that without them, the entire tequila industry could collapse, representing a potential $300 million annual loss. Fruit-eating bats like flying foxes are nature's gardeners, dispersing seeds for over 300 plant species across vast distances. In tropical rainforests, they're responsible for up to 95% of early forest regrowth in cleared areas, making them essential for reforestation and carbon sequestration. Bat guano, feces, is a nutrient-rich fertilizer, high in nitrogen and phosphorus that enriches soil and cave ecosystems. Impact: in caves, guano supports unique microbial and invertebrate communities, forming the base of specialized food webs. In agriculture, guano has been historically harvested as a natural fertilizer, boosting crop yields. Ecosystem health: nutrient cycling by bats enhances soil fertility, supporting plant growth and agricultural productivity in regions near bat colonies. Without bats, insect pest populations would explode. Corn earworm moths, normally controlled by bats, would devastate corn production worldwide. Farmers would be forced to rely heavily on chemical pesticides, increasing costs and environmental contamination. Crops like bananas, mangoes, and agave, which depend on bat pollination or seed dispersal, support livelihoods in tropical regions. Their decline would harm farmers and economies. Bats hold cultural value in some societies, for example, symbols of good fortune in Chinese culture. Their loss could impact cultural practices and ecotourism, for example, bat watching at sites like Bracken Cave, Texas. Insect population booms would affect other species like birds and amphibians that also feed on insects, leading to competition and potential declines in those populations. Predators reliant on bats, for example owls, snakes, would face food shortages. Food prices would skyrocket, and global food security would be threatened, especially affecting the world's most vulnerable populations. Plants dependent on bat pollination would face reproductive failure. Agave populations would crash, and with them, entire desert ecosystems. Tropical forests would struggle to regenerate. Without seed-dispersing bats, deforested areas would remain barren, accelerating climate change and biodiversity loss. Reduced carbon sequestration. Forests regenerated by bats store significant carbon. Without bats, forest recovery would slow, increasing atmospheric CO2 and exacerbating climate change. Mosquito populations would boom, increasing the spread of malaria, dengue, and Zika virus, creating a global health crisis. We don't have to imagine this scenario entirely. Since 2006, white nose syndrome has killed millions of bats in North America, and the results are already visible. In affected areas, pesticide use increased by 31%, and studies have linked this to slight increases in infant mortality due to chemical exposure. But there's hope. Conservation efforts are working to protect bat habitats and combat diseases like white nose syndrome. By reducing pesticide use, protecting roosting sites, and supporting bat-friendly plants, we can ensure these ecological heroes continue their vital work. Protecting bats means protecting entire ecosystems. Through habitat conservation, disease research, and public education, we can prevent this nightmare scenario. Bats are sensitive to environmental changes such as habitat loss, pollution, and climate shifts. Their population health reflects ecosystem stability. Monitoring bat populations helps scientists assess ecosystem health and detect issues like pesticide contamination or deforestation early. Their decline signals broader environmental problems. Bats are keystone species. Their loss would trigger a cascade of ecological, economic, and health consequences that would reshape our world in devastating ways. But by understanding their importance and taking action to protect them, we ensure that these remarkable creatures continue to be the unsung heroes of our planet's health. The next time you see a bat at twilight, remember, you're looking at one of nature's most important workers, silently keeping our world in balance. Protecting bats means protecting our future,